Chappelle now. Andrew.
Doreen, so we know that millions of people around the world turn to broadcasters like ours for the latest on the London attack on Wednesday. And many people, of course, watch the events unfold online. Hundreds of thousands of people, in fact, tuned into the Facebook Live broadcast of NewsGrid yesterday or clicked to watch it after the show ended. And some of you, shared your feelings by clicking one of these emojis next to the video feed. About 1,000 people clicked on sad, hundreds more clicked to express anger or outrage. But about 90 viewers clicked on the laughing emoji at some point in the broadcast. That image has been screen grabbed and tweeted by website Breaking 911 with the caption that Al Jazeera viewers seemed to react with joy over the London terror attack. Now, that sweeping generalization was then retweeted by the U.S. president's son, Donald Trump Jr., to his 1.4 million people. Now, if you're watching this broadcast on our Facebook Live feed, you can probably see that anyone who clicks on these emojis at any time, you can click there if you're watching the feed now, and you could click as many times as you want. Now, generally, our Facebook feed has about a 7-second delay, and one of our producers I know is probably clicking right now to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Now, this loophole in the Facebook platform allows one person to flood the live video with emojis, making it seem like a large number of people is reacting to what is being broadcast. And many people click like on our broadcast, but it's not necessarily related to a particular story featured in it. My colleague Ziad Ramli took a look at the numbers here, and out of the 5,200 total reactions, the laugh and heart emojis were used 280 times. Now, what's important here, a similar proportion I just mentioned were found on Wednesday's Westminster Facebook Live videos by the BBC, Sky News, and CNN. The average ratio is about 5%. Ziad has a great write-up on Facebook.com, as well as our website, aljazeera.com. Be sure to check it out for more information on that. Doreen?
Well, that's very interesting because we are going to talk about this with Aral Balkan. He's the founder and the lead designer for ind.ie. It describes itself as a social enterprise striving for social justice in the digital age. He's joining us now from Malmo. That's in Sweden. Good to have you with us on the NewsGrid. So would you say that there is a loophole here with Facebook, and how does it control the tool that it's created in instances like these that Andrew Chappelle was just describing?
Well, I guess in the short term, Facebook could circumvent this issue completely by giving people control when they're streaming on Facebook Live for turning off the comments or turning off the reaction emoticons that you were talking about. It doesn't do this, of course, because it wants people to share their emotions. Facebook wants you to share your thoughts. And the more this data is shared, the more money Facebook makes. So, but they could fix this tomorrow, this specific issue that we have. They could fix it tomorrow just by giving you control over turning these things off. But of course, there are larger issues here about what control we have on these corporate platforms that we don't have ownership of.
So is it up to the user of Facebook, the company that is using Facebook, who is streaming these Facebook Lives, to police taste and decency, or is this something that Facebook needs to be doing?
I don't think this is something that you want to task Facebook with doing, because what you'd be asking them to do then is to censor you. Now, of course, you are on Facebook's platform, so Facebook is like a shopping mall. It's not a park. You don't have any free speech rights there. So when Al Jazeera is broadcasting on Facebook Live, Al Jazeera can only say what Facebook Incorporated allows Al Jazeera to say. It's their shopping mall, and you are in their shopping mall. So I guess there's a greater conversation here to be had about whether this is the sort of environment that's conducive to a democracy, to a free press, because you are very much limited in what Facebook will allow you to do. So I think, no, you shouldn't be asking Facebook to censor more, but possibly in the short term to give you the tools so that you can moderate your content. You can decide whether you want comments on, whether you want emoticons on your video or not. That's one thing that they could do in the short term. In the longer term, I think we need more democratic platforms that are not owned by corporations, that belong to all of us, that are in the commons.
And we were showing that that image that was screen grabbed and tweeted by the website Breaking 911 with the caption that Al Jazeera viewers seem to react with joy over London terror attack, then that, in fact, was retweeted, as you heard, by the U.S. president's son, Donald Trump Jr., and he has 1.4 million followers. But what I'd like to ask you is, we speak a lot on the show about misinformation. We speak a lot about fake news. What would you describe this as?
Well, I mean, they're looking for any opportunity, aren't they? I mean, I live in Malmo, and you've probably seen the news, the fake news about the unrest in Malmo. There is no unrest in Malmo. I love living here. It's beautiful. But they are looking for every opportunity, and they've just grabbed this one, it would seem, as the latest. Your own statistics show that that was not the case, that a huge majority actually used a different emoticon. And there's also something to be said about what do these emoticons mean? If I actually press the heart, am I saying I love this? Oh, this is great. Or am I saying my heart goes out to you? There are interpretations. Or did my
because
cat
there
just
actually
walk
is
on my
no.
keyboard?
Is there a way to verify the intent of an emoji?
No, not really. And they're culturally sensitive as well. I mean, in one culture, a certain pictogram might depict a certain feeling or a mood. In another, it might be something completely different. So no, we can't actually just have a Western reading of what certain things mean either.
All right, we'll leave it there. Aral Balkan, we thank you very much for speaking to us from Sweden.